I don't know who's supposed to be hosting, so I guess I'll do it. Welcome to Respawn Name Fire, the Kick-Ass Reverent Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Adam. I'll be the host because I'm the chosen one. Comfort. Today we also have with us Chad. You can be my right-hand man, Michael Innes.
I didn't know you were Jewish, that you were the chosen one.
I was thinking more of like a fantasy setting, like, he's the chosen hero.
Like Neo.
Yeah, or that as well. All that good stuff. Shout out to Matt in the chat. Waiting all day for Monday night. That's a good one. That's what he said.
What about the Monday Night Nitro live from Cheyenne?
These are all sports references, Chad. I'm sorry. We also have with us Joel. Okay. He knows football and wrestling campos.
Yo, I just came from Gundam. I got a pack. Participation pack. We're going to rip it live. There's one card in here. This is exclusively for Matt. What is it? Oh, I already have this.
Hollow foil something.
It's a unicorn Gundam. Matt doesn't have it, and I'm going to be sending Matt a Charmeleon in the mail.
Is party a derivative of participation? Like, hey, well, let's go to a party where we're all going to participate in activities. Is that like, does party
sexual activities?
Always.
Every party I go to. I don't know. It probably is. Probably the Greeks were like, we're going to all participate, and they changed it into party. I don't know. Speaking of things I don't know about, we're live on twitch.tv/RespawnAimFire Monday evenings. There's the Unicorn Gundam. Afterwards,
Matt is asking, so I'm trying to show him.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Afterwards on YouTube podcast services, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. A barf game for the month of July. Because by the time you hear this, we will also have heard the Halo Infinite barf episode. But for the month of July, we're playing Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, from Software game, where you parry and kill stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Chad.
Can we make that a 2-monther?
I mean, it is a longer game, so that would be fine.
Yeah, it's a longer game, and I'm going to Rhode Island and everything for a week. So
and don't forget, I'm opting out because that is not a Joel fucking game.
That's all right. I opted out of Halo, so you'll find that out later
today.
You didn't
opt out. You just told us that you didn't do it.
I mean, that's what Joel's doing just in advance.
That's true. But yeah, so that'll be a 2-monther. Your Patreon early access episode for July is live, I'm assuming.
What's live?
The Patreon early access for July.
Oh, yeah.
Where Cozy showed up and was like, here's what I was doing.
And it's launching exclusively on Tubi, so...
I'm here, baby. I love Tubi. And you can also catch a new episode of the Tier List, a video game podcast. Season 2 is over. Final Fantasy VI was the last episode of Season 2. So
you already played and beat Final Fantasy VI?
I mean, I played as much as I was going to play.
Okay.
That's what happened there. So that's all the housekeeping stuff. We're going to move on to our main quest. And I will say, so we haven't done a regular show in like 2 weeks. A lot of stuff has happened. Too much to go down. A lot of studios going independent. A lot of layoffs, some closures, and a lot of nonsense. So we could have thoughts about that, but that was 2 weeks ago.
We'll just recap it and say Xbox exploded. It fucking sucks. Everyone you love is dead.
They're all
I like how Adam's like, a lot of stuff has been happening, a lot of crazy stuff, and Chad's like, and we're not going to talk about any of it.
I mean, listen, I would if I had time to go through 20 news stories, but I do not. The other thing that happened, Sony said, hey, we're not going to do physical disc anymore. So I want to take those bad things and move it into a more positive, quote-unquote thing. God of War Laufey.
Celebration of life instead of a funeral.
Yes, absolutely. We're here at the wake. We're dancing with the casket on our shoulders or whatever. We're having a good time.
This is a completely irrelevant question. What channel, if somebody was trying to watch the Home Run Derby right now, where might they find that?
I believe it's on Netflix. Because I just looked at Netflix to see where the AMC Plus stuff was at.
That is unfortunate for anybody that's watching this that is not trying to watch the Home Run Derby right now because there's a White Sox player in it.
Yeah, I mean, put it on your phone, I suppose. But God of War Laufey, maybe the last disc game from PlayStation. This is from Michael Kripe over at IGN. Sony Santa Monica Studios has confirmed God of War Laufey will, quote, be available on disc, suggesting its launch will arrive in 2027. The PlayStation Studio announced the news with a post on its Twitter account when replying to a post revealing that it would show up to talk about God of War Laufey at San Diego Comic-Con this year. It told fans fearing an all-digital launch that they have nothing to worry about. Quote now from the Twitter account, we can confirm God of War Laufey will be available on disc. That's all we got. That's what the story is about. This seemingly confirms the Deborah Ann Wool starring video game will be available for purchase in 2027, following the news that Sony would cease production for new physical games starting in January 2028. With so much already shown and rumors that Sony Santa Monica is planning for February or March 2027 launch, it makes sense that developers are confident enough to confirm a physical release, at least for now. So yeah, Comic-Con panel, no more digital or no more physical PlayStation exclusive or Sony made games starting in 2028, but they said that this one would be physical. So that's a speculation of, I guess, when it releases more than anything else.
Jason Schreier said after they revealed it that it's closer than you think it is.
So at least 2027.
Stars are lining up. 2027. Yeah.
I'm curious, Chad, because I know you're going to be interested in this game. What are the chances that at San Diego Comic-Con we just get a release date and it is in fact spring of 2027? Because they have everyone there. Like all of the actors, all the main actors from the game, and Cory Barlog are also going to be at San Diego Comic-Con.
That just feels like a weird place. That's not a gaming big release, like an announcement. That's not a place where you go to hear game announcements.
I feel like that's something we would hear from like a Marvel game, right? Like a Spider-Man game or like a Wolverine game. But I feel like God of War doesn't fit the criteria for like a huge announcement. Like I don't doubt that maybe they do something, right? Like a new trailer or something, but I don't think that that's a place that you reveal the release date, because you're not going to get, I don't know, you're going to get buzz, but probably not as much as if it is like at a random Sony State of Play, on a random Thursday in the next 6 months.
Yeah, maybe.
But I feel like it's weird that they're even there, let alone that.
Well, because they have 2 Marvel games they're showing off, and they also brought God of War, because they're showing Tokon Fighting Souls, and then they're also showing Wolverine. Yeah, it's weird that they also brought God of War, but I mean, I guess if you're already there, might as well bring everything you have. Yeah. That's an interesting one for Comic-Con. But I guess maybe they're trying to promote it more because it's going to be a TV show, so maybe that's an audience you want to get it in front of, to be like, hey, guys, God of War's a cool thing.
I forgot about the TV show.
Watch the guy from Anarchy be Kratos or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. But them saying we're definitely getting a disc thing, which, again, the whole disc conversation is another thing that, whatever. I think 2027 is definite, just based on Schreier and then them saying this. I guess it just depends when in 27. I don't know. Hey, that could be a Game Awards thing. We're like February 14th. By the way, February 14th is when the Super Bowl happens this year. So we could get the Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, and God of War on the same day. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
3 days before my birthday.
Could be a crazy week. But yeah, so you don't think... These must be live streamed. Are you going to tune into this, Chad, by any chance? Or do you not care?
No, most things at San Diego Comic-Con I feel like aren't live streamed. I feel like they're...
That's right. People always have to have their phones in the corners being weird. That's right. Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know, if they were going to announce it at San Diego Comic-Con, I feel like they would also just wait 6 weeks and announce it at opening night live at Gamescom. Which also doesn't even feel like a Sony thing. I don't know. I do think that we're going to get it in early 2027, but I don't know. Comic-Con just feels like a weird spot.
It is weird, but they'll be there. So, all right, very good. We can move on to Playtime. Talking about Playtime, there are so many things. I love when you scroll down and you see some nonsense. I want to go to Joel first because I was very curious what his beginning first game that he has on his list is.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that first now. Instead, I'm going to talk about ZA, which is Pokemon ZA. On my travels, I played some more Pokemon ZA because I never beat it. Still have not beaten it, but I'm getting further. I was stuck on the fucking karate guy for a while. I had to grind out some Pokemon so that I could beat him. So yeah, just working my way through that. It's a good time. Got my Hawlucha. He's, going mega on me. And yeah, it's a good time. I'll keep playing that.
What's your favorite mega evolution, like new mega evolution that you've experienced so far in that game?
I don't know. Hawlucha's my favorite Pokemon, so I'm partial to him. The Starmie one is just fucking funny. Like just running around.
With the giant legs.
Yeah. So yeah, probably those two. They're pretty much up there. The other game on this is Sierra.
Binnacle or Binacle, however you pronounce it. That Mega Evolution is just straight up the Witness from Destiny.
Oh, I
Like
haven't
it's got
seen
10 arms and eyes, and it's just the Witness.
Oh, I just looked at this Starmie thing. That is upsetting. I do not like that.
Yeah, there were videos that like before the game came out, like they showed it, and people were just laughing because it was just like it running across the screen essentially, and it's just like unsettling.
I like how the meme
and
is
it
just...
already looks like a stretched out JPEG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the meme is Patrick Starr whenever he has on the fishnets and the boots.
Yeah,
It is just next to Star
Patrick
me. Yeah, I
Starfish,
get it.
yeah. So I'm gonna keep playing through that. The other game on my list is Sierra, which is in honor of Sierra, her song "One Two Step," because I played 1-2 Switch over the weekend.
Shut the
Which
fuck up.
was so random. So
1-2
the other night, my wife's best friend and her son stayed at our house, and this kid is about to be 10, and he's like obsessed with Pokemon. So like my office was like a wet dream for this fucking kid. He was like looking at everything, wanting to touch everything. I was pulling stuff out of the closet, handing it to him so he could look at. Yeah, he had an awesome time. And then like this red right above my head here is just all Switch games, and he loves playing the Switch. He doesn't have a Switch 2 yet, so he was like playing every Switch 2 game I had. Then he was pulling out all the Switch games, playing all of those. And one of the games he wanted to play was 1-2 Switch, and we fucking played it. And I gotta say, that game was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's really stupid. Don't get me wrong, really, really stupid. But it was fun. It was only me and him playing, and my wife and her friend were just on the couch watching us, just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, this is some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, there's a game where you got to summon aliens, and you just got to hold your Joy-Con and go, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha. And basically, and you got to keep to the rhythm, and if you go off the rhythm, they start leaving. Like, so like the UFO comes from above the mountains and comes, ooh, ha, I gotta pull up a video of this. Hold on.
Okay, so this is the one that released, like, not at the beginning, but the one that released, like, in the middle end of the Switch's life cycle, right?
No,
this was
it's
a
just
launch
1-2
game.
Switch. This was a launch
What's
game.
There was
the other-
a sequel. That
Everybody
There's a shitty
wanted to
sequel that
Switch.
also has an alien game, is what I was thinking of. What's the shitty sequel called?
Everybody 1-2 Switch, isn't it?
Everybody 1-2 Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. 1-2 Switch.
Oh, maybe this is what I was playing then?
Because I think
Hold
the
on.
weird alien thing where they run away, I think that's Everybody 1-2 Switch. But I might be crazy.
Come on, I'm
'Cause I
trying to find a
remember you
good
just
video
do-
of it.
You
Turns
do
out-
bullshit and
To
they run away.
Switch, there was like
Turns
eating
out
the
not a lot of-
sandwich with the IR sensor.
Turns out not a lot of people made content out of Everybody 1-2 Switch. To the point that I didn't even know what fucking game I played until Adam just brought up that there was a sequel. But yeah, regardless, it was pretty fun. I told my wife we're probably gonna end up playing this again when it's just me and you, and we're gonna close the curtain so nobody can see us.
Sounds like a threat. We're going to
Yeah.
do this.
It's a lock-in. Yeah, I'll play it again. It was cool. I want to check out all the mini games. It seems like there's a lot though. So, and there was one that had me like squatting. Man, I was gassed. It was bad. Yeah, 1-2 Switch. I think I bought it for like $5 at some point because when he pulled it out, he literally started taking it out of the wrapper. Like I never even took it out of the wrapper. And the only reason I would have done that is if there was like a price error or something on Amazon for $5 or $10.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
ask, why do you own that video game? But I guess if Best Buy was like, please take this, we're going to sneak it into your order, then I guess you just have it.
Yeah, kind of like they did with Anthem and Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 Complete Edition and Destiny 2 Shadowkeep Edition. You know, like what they do with many live action not live action,
Live service.
live service games. Yeah.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
love Matt in the chat says counting balls with the curtains drawn. I believe that's where Dane DZ Balls comes from, 1-2 Switch, right?
His Dane DZ's balls, I think that is 1-2 Switch. I think you're right. We had to guess how many balls were rolling around in the Joy-Con. Yeah.
God, Nintendo,
Good time.
what a company.
Highly recommend playing 1-2 Switch if you're at a friend's house with nothing to do and they have it, or if it's on sale for $5 and you want to try playing it a few years from now when you decide
And
to
you
try
would
it.
impress a 9-year-old who's having wet dreams.
Yeah, what a great
Yeah.
endorsement. I love it. Chad, your list is also absolutely ridiculous. take us through what you have down here.
I have the first up on here is Jukebox, which is code for an ungodly amount of time that I've put into Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, which is a game that I was already obsessed with several years ago, but then I recently just picked back up because I was a little bit bored and I was trying to figure out what to play, and I just played the DLC for Final Fantasy 16, and there was Final Fantasy 16 DLC in Theater Rhythm. I was like, let me just pull this back out. And Theater Rhythm, if you aren't familiar with it, is the rhythm game with Final Fantasy songs. And it goes through all of the games in the series, like starting with Final Fantasy 1, all the numbered entries, all of the tactics, all of the like Game Boy spin-offs. They've got the Type 0, they've got Crisis Core, they've got all these things. They got Advent Children, the movie. They've got every Final Fantasy song you could think of. And they've got all the versions of them, like every Final Fantasy 7 remake, every reorchestrated version, like they've got it all. And you play it, and it's timed with triggers. I love the fact that it's also, the interaction methods with it are like, it's very simple. You play it with both shoulder buttons and the joystick. Those are your only inputs. And it's just tapping the buttons as things come to the screen, moving the joystick up and down to kind of follow the green line that's on the screen, or moving the joystick in the direction of the arrows. So it's really accessible, really fun, and it's Final Fantasy music, which is like some of the best fucking video game music ever. And I got obsessed with it, and I'm working my way towards the Platinum Trophy. And in the last week and a half, I've put, I think, like 30 hours into it, maybe 35 hours into it. I beat every single song that's in it. That was one of the trophies. You have to beat all the songs. And then there's these series quests where they break it up game by game. And in each of those, it takes you down like almost like a roguelite kind of path where, all right, you have to beat this level, and then after you beat that, you have to fork and choose what song you're going to play, and each one has a little objective. Like one of them might say, beat the boss in under 20 seconds. One of them might say, beat this without taking any damage. One of them might say, kill the boss with lightning damage. And so there's another trophy that is beating all the quests in all of the series, and some of them are really tough. And most of them, there's like this meta game going on where you're building a party. It's build crafting. You're building a party out of Final Fantasy characters, each of which have their own spells and abilities and stuff like that. And you have a party of 4 that you build and go into a song with. And then based on how you do in the song, they are attacking enemies. They are healing, all that kind of shit. And so the better you do, the more often they attack, the higher damage they do, all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit of there's a build crafting element. Now that I've played every single song in the game, I'm looking up strategies like, all right, who are the best physical attackers to have all together? What's the best summon to have with the hunters that are all out gathering collector cards and little items along the way? And so I'm playing it in a completely different way now, and I love it. That game's awesome.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Well, 2 things. I know you like Final Fantasy more than Zelda, but Cadence of Hyrule sounds like a thing you might get into. But I guess you would have to like Zelda music and stuff a lot.
I played Cadence of Hyrule for about 20 minutes, and I could not... The fact that that's like movement and attacking based to music rather than like the attacking and the magic and all of that kind of in theater rhythm happens in the background, and I don't have to pay attention to any of it. I just have to pay attention to the song. But the keeping up with the cadence of all of that and Cadence of Hyrule and like moving to the beat and all that shit was too much.
It's not just Guitar Hero, it's attacking and stuff. Okay.
Right.
Then the number 2 thing, you said you put about 30-ish hours into that game this week, which is cool. You could have played and beaten probably both Plague Tale games and stop using that as an excuse to like, oh, it's got to be voted for Barf. You literally could have.
Guess what Puke Box is?
Oh, I set it up.
Puke Box. So a Jukebox was Theater Rhythm. Puke Box is a game where there might be instances where you are trying to be so deeply affected by what's on the screen and what you're doing that you might throw up out of empathy. Who knows? Puke Box is a Plague Tale Requiem. This is the sequel to a Plague Tale Resonance. And I've been trying to get people to let me play it on Barf for years, and nobody ever votes for it. And so I started a Plague Tale Requiem. It is a little catch up on the first game. It's like you and this little boy. The little boy is voiced by, 50-year-old woman who's Amicia. Ooh, Amicia. Oh, blah, blah. And you all are basically, it's stealth. You're set in these medieval times in whatever fucking country, wherever you are. And the Black Plague is there. Rats are killing everybody, but also you're trying to escape guards. And so it's basically just puzzle stealth of how do I avoid these guards in this scenario? How do I avoid rats? And rats are scared of fire, so how do I light fires in strategic areas in order to get to wherever I'm trying to go? All while telling a narrative around this little boy and figuring out he has magical rat controlling powers. And then in the second game now, he's got this like condition where he's like passed out and he like isn't in control of himself. He's having seizures, and that is causing the rats to absolutely fucking destroy cities. Like anytime that he has a seizure, waves of billions of rats are just killing everybody, and so she's trying to figure out how do we save him, how do we heal him, get him whatever we need. So it's more of that kind of puzzle stealth. What I loved about the first game was that there were a couple really impactful moments. I felt like there was one time where you get to a battlefield where everyone's dead already, and you have this moment where you have to walk over dead bodies, and it's just like you are walking so slowly, and then the haptics of as you're doing it and the music and the way that she's reacting to it, it's like the most genuine, like, oh my God, this is like shocking. I can't believe I'm walking through a battlefield and what that actually might feel like to a person. I felt like that was really well done. I feel like in the second game, they do that constantly. So much so that it's starting to lose the effect that it's supposed to have because everything kind of feels that way. But I'm having a pretty good time with it. I'm maybe a third of the way through it. I'm only a quarter of the way through it chapter-wise, but apparently the last several chapters all go very, very fast as the ending kind of ramps up. So I think I'm about a third of the way through the game, maybe about 5 or 6 hours in. Enjoying it. Not enjoying it as much as I want to. It is a little bit more stealthy puzzle thing than I want it to be, which is, puzzles aren't really my jam anyway. But the new one coming out in August looks much more action-based. And so I do want to kind of at least be caught up on this too, to be able to understand although that one's a prequel anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
So have you met this lady yet in the game you're playing?
No, I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Okay, she's going to show up.
Hold on. Yeah, fast forward to what
black
her face
hair.
Is. Yeah, black hair woman. No, I've not met. She has no idea who that person is.
So
what I do like about this game
is a prequel, and are we going to learn how he gets his rat powers or something? Like,
I think it's enough of a prequel. Like, kid's not even born yet.
No, this is a prequel about your friend that shows up in the second game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I believe
who controls the rats in this one?
Nobody that we know of.
There might not even be
no
rats.
rats.
In this one.
There's no rats.
There might not be. I believe one of the trailers showed us a bunch of bats. So maybe there's bats going crazy. I don't know. You
take the bottom of that R and just connect it and make it fuck itself at the bottom, turn the rat into a bat. Yeah. Another mechanic that I like about this game is that however you approach these situations, whether it is like taking people out with your sling or it is, being really stealthy, or whether it's crafting, unique items to like a fireball to like make a fire path on the ground, clear out all the rats, or however you choose to attack the situation in front of you. That's your skill points that you're leveling up. So the more often that you're aggressive and you're combat focused, the better those powers are going to get. The more often that you're sneaky and stealth focused, the better your stealth focus is going to get. The stealth powers are going to get. So I do appreciate that part of it. It's pretty cool. So that's Puke Box.
I also hate that you said you get apathetic pukes. Like, that's crazy. Or was it empathetic pukes? You puke when other people are sad, which is crazy to me.
No, not necessarily when they're sad, but like you're experiencing this woman walking over dead bodies in the city, or like she's in the very, very early parts of the second game. You're like trying to run and escape guards, and you run, and in order to escape, you have to like weasel your way into a different part of the city, and then you end up in what is apparently like where the butcher discards all the carcasses that they have, because they didn't have sewer systems, they didn't have disposal or anything like that. So if you were a butcher, you just cut up animals and threw their carcasses in the backyard, and it was just a fenced area at the back. And so you're just seeing these carcasses of dead animals, and you're just like trying not to throw up, and you're wading through their guts and all this kind of stuff. And just like, I might throw up empathetically.
Oh, I get you.
Imagine
Not
her,
because you
yeah.
feel the emotions, because it's gross and they're wanting to throw. I thought you were like, oh, she's sad, I'm going to puke. It's like, what? That's crazy. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
more
you
sense.
should see me watch The Notebook.
That's what I'm
Constantly
saying,
throwing
man.
up.
You must be tough with movies, bro. Just constantly throwing up in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Well, it happens. But yeah, what's this one? What could Pokemon Go possibly be?
Pokemon Go is Pokemon Go Fest, baby. I went ham at Pokemon Go Fest. There was like a whole week leading up to it where you could do raids from a variety of like previous special event enemies and Pokemon. But then there was the 2-day catch Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y, fight them a ton. And what I love about this thing, I don't know if you saw the videos of it, but in the announced trailer for Pokemon Go, 10 and a half-ish years ago now, it was very conceptual, like this is what it might feel like to play the game, because they didn't really have a UI for it yet. And there was this scene where everybody's in Times Square and all the lights go out, and then there's a countdown that comes up on all the screens in Times Square, and then Mewtwo busts out and everybody's there they're shouting and catching Mewtwo. And that was the announced trailer. And then 10 years later, the 10-year anniversary of Pokemon Go Fest, they fucking did it. They bought out all the screens in Times Square. They had a big event in New York City, and then they had the same exact animations from the announced trailer happening in real life at Times Square. I thought that was so fucking cool that was like it. And everywhere else in the world, like the Pokemon centers in Japan, some of them have like the Mewtwo in like the tube kind of like floating there, like from the previous movies or something like that. And overnight that Mewtwo went missing, and it was just an empty tube in all of these stores. And I'm like, where's Mewtwo? And it was just like this ARG building up to this event where Mewtwo busts out in Times Square. It's so cool.
Yeah, remember when Pokemon Go came out and it was literally like this, where like if you were playing at a park with people that were playing and somebody yelled like, "Oh my god, I caught a Charizard," people would come running, like,
Yep.
absolutely insane.
Yep. And that's kind of how it was this weekend down in Campbell. My friend Randy and I and his wife, we spent 2 days in Campbell following a group of about 30, 40 people as we walked back and forth across a park, killing a bunch of Mewtwo's and sucking out their guts and eating their candy. And
I got a question.
What?
This Pokemon Go trailer where they're showing everybody in New York City, right, from 10 years ago. These people clearly were not told what the fuck this game is or what's going on. They're all just holding phones in their hands, like jumping up and down. Like,
Right.
They're not looking at their phones at all. And then clearly there's one shot at the end where they're all holding their phones up in the same direction. It's like, okay, they just directed them like, everybody hold your phone up with the screen facing you.
Yeah,
It's
and I'm
pretty
sure
funny.
they digitally edited in the screen later. Like, they
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't even know this was for a Pokemon thing.
Yeah, exactly. So funny.
Yeah. So we played that. I got a bunch of great Mewtwo's. Also, there was a limited. Remember when Netflix released a remake of the first movie, but it was 3D CG
It's like
animated?
CG, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it was like 2020, and they had an event in Pokemon Go where you could, if you like battled at the super hard gyms, you could get an armored Mewtwo, and that thing was around for very little. Had to be in the right place at the right time. I thought my days were over and I was never going to get one. And then out of nowhere,
Somebody
Randy's
traded
just
you?
like, "Oh, do you want I have like 3 of these. Do you want one?" I was like, "What?" And of course, we were lucky friends, so it was like almost a perfect armored Mewtwo now that I have, which is so fucking sexy. I got some shiny Mewtwo's. I got so much shit. It's wonderful. And I got a bunch of sunburn. Look at this. Look at that sunburn from wearing that tank top. Ooh, daddy. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I don't even have an armored Mewtwo. That makes me sad.
Randy has one more, I think. So when you meet him next month,
Yeah, if he's real.
you can get one. It's Pokemon Go. Had a great time. And then finally, Jukebox, Pukebox, Odukebox. Odukebox. I didn't actually play this, but I have non-stop been thinking about the AYN Odin 3 that I pre-purchased that I cannot fucking wait to get here sometime in August. Y'all, I am so excited for this machine. It looks like a little PlayStation Vita, but it's like the most powerful gaming retro handheld that's ever existed. And there are so many new developments all the time. Like, they just recently, you can put Linux on it. You can wipe it and someone got Linux running on it, so you can run Steam native games natively. You have there's an operating system, like somebody just put a custom operating system on there that runs a bunch of shit really well. And this is like, I'm so pumped for what this is going to allow me to do. This can be my remote play machine, so I can remote play all of my Final Fantasy Pixel remasters from my PlayStation. This can be my my way that I play things like Final Fantasy 13, which was literally never released digitally on any PlayStation platform ever. You had to buy the PS3 disc, and that's the only way you could ever play the game. They've released it digitally on Xbox. I don't know why.
Is this the one? Is this what I'm showing on screen?
No, that's the Aya Neo 3. You're looking for the AYN Odin 3.
Oh, those names aren't confusing at all.
I know. But it's just fucking so cool. And there are so many advancements. It's an Android-based thing. And so there are so many advancements in front ends for the Android operating systems. Front ends being like a lot of old emulation days, are very ugly programs. Everything's in like that 8-bit font, and it's just like lists of all of your ROMs with all the sorts of like, all of them have like bullshit names and all that kind of shit. But these front ends are very slick. They have some that are skinned like to look like Nintendo Wii. They're customizable with cool widgets. They are beautiful ways to display your gaming library, and you can also have it so that while that's a front end for it, you tap on that game and you can choose, I want this game to open up in this app or this emulator because it runs better. Or I want my Steam game to appear right next to my Switch game, right next to my fucking, Nintendo 64 game. And so I'm so pumped for this, pumped to explore and play with it. And I've just been thinking about it. And of course, it's native Android. So anything that's native Android, like Guild Wars, fully playable on it as well, runs super great. And I just can't freaking wait. So I'm exploring all of the different things that I might be able to do with it while I just sit here waiting for it. And of course, because I'm playing Theater Rhythm, this is like, Theater Rhythm's doing the thing that it's intended to do. I'm hearing and playing all the music, and I'm like, oh, fuck, am I about to go play Final Fantasy 13 that I've never played before? How do I get it? Oh, it's on Steam for $15. If I buy it on Steam, I can play it on my Odin 3. Then I look up, does it run well on Odin 3? Fuck, it runs fantastically on Odin 3 using Game Native. Awesome. What about Final Fantasy Tactics? Am I going to play that remake? This music's cool. Is that worth playing? Maybe I'll go buy that remake. What about Type 0? I bought that a long time ago on PS4. Am I finally going to actually play that game?
No.
So it's doing
don't bother with Type 0. Move on.
Yeah, also don't bother with Final Fantasy 13. The ending of that game pissed me off so much. But also,
the ending of
it
the
sounds
trilogy
like
or just the first game?
The first game.
Oh.
It's also sounding like Chad's just realizing PC gaming is actually kind of cool.
Oh, whoa, look at this PC.
Yeah, but on this cool handheld, I don't have to deal with the bullshit of Windows.
You're literally going in the back end of Android to do stuff. I don't want to hear it. I literally don't want to hear it.
I am getting a front end so that I don't have to deal with the back end of it.
You know what my front end is? I got a little logo here. Yeah, there you go. On my desktop that says Steam. Click, click. Oh, there it is. No problems. Everything works
There's
just
no
fine.
start menu on this one, though. I don't have to open the start menu.
Steam Deck too. You could have just had a Steam Deck 5 years ago.
But here's the thing. Something about the size of a PlayStation Vita, awesome. Something the size of a fucking box of cereal, the Steam Deck, no. I can't carry that anywhere. I can
I'm
put
just saying a normal PC.
Or there's Odin in my
Like a real
pocket.
PC. But I do like
that's
the
other
form
thing.
factor.
I don't want to sit in front of a fucking desk and play like a nerd. No, I want to curl up on the couch. I want to play on the fucking in my car while I'm at a stoplight.
While I'm driving 100 miles an hour. My only question is, why'd you call it the... Oh, go ahead. Joe.
No, I was going to say, you passed up on my Steam machine that I got in the pre-order for.
No, again, I don't
Do that.
No,
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that shit. Why'd you call it the O'Duke box on this list here? That makes no sense to me.
Because I wanted another Ook box, but I also, if I just called it Duke box, I would not have remembered what I was referring to.
Oh, so it's supposed to be
the
Odin Duke
3
box.
and the O Duke box. That was like, cool, I'll at least remember what the fuck this code was for.
That's great. I love that. Very good. Okay. When does that come in? August?
Yeah, mine's scheduled to ship sometime in August.
Soon enough. Fingers crossed.
I wish it was here for my vacation that I'm taking next week, but it's not.
You know,
I'm not going to be on the podcast next week.
Yeah. You know what's going to suck is when it shows up at your house the day after you leave. It's like, oh, we shipped it early.
Yeah. I'll fly back home and take it.
Just fly overnight. It's like, hey, guys, I'm really tired. I'm going to go to bed. And then you just fucking fly home at like 6 p.m. and come back by 6 a.m.
Wow. All right. So as for me, what are these things? I've HMR is horny Marvel Rivals.
Hookbox.
Oh my god, right? Fucking Captain America's cock.
Man, here's the thing. So I played a lot of Marvel Rivals. I stopped playing it for like 6 months, and I came back at like the last week and a half of the summer event, where they just put all the heroes in swimsuits and stuff. And yeah, they dropped Captain America with jiggle physics on his dick. They nerfed it, but they didn't nerf it that much.
They nerfed the jiggles?
Well, they nerfed the size of the jiggle, but it's still like that man's dick is just hanging out of the swimsuit. Him and Daredevil both do it. But no, I just got back to Marvel Rivals. I'm like, yeah, I see why this game is popular. It's fun to play. They just added Jubilee. All that stuff is cool, but it's so horny, man. And honestly, God bless them. Because
I'm surprised Disney is like giving them the thumbs up on this shit, because everything they do runs by somebody at Disney, right? Like if they make a skin, somebody at Disney has to like approve. And the fact that they approve that is fucking crazy. Like some of it is getting out of hand, and I think they're just getting more and more out of hand as they go. And this is just the latest example of that.
But here's the problem. Not the problem, because I'm not mad about it. I guarantee they're like, okay, NetEase is like, here's our designs, Marvel games. And like, oh, really? And then they show them the receipts for how much the skins sell, and like, approved.
Yeah, exactly.
Move along. Awesome. No problem for us. But no, I mean, it's also just a good game, regardless.
And then when it goes too viral, they're like, all right, nerf it. And they're like, what do you want us to nerf?
30% smaller penis.
keep the jiggle at 100%. You're just going to nerf the size of it.
And then it's approved. That's it. Yeah. Shout out to Marvel Rivals for being good. But the actual games I played, I started... I have not played much, maybe 30 or 45 minutes, but it's a game that came out this year that was really, really beloved. And it is Disco Elysium, but it's D&D. The game is called Esoteric Ebb. It's literally from people who made Disco Elysium whenever that studio fell apart and did the whole thing. But they basically came back and said, okay, we're going to do the games that we are famous for doing, which, by the way, if you've never played Disco Elysium, a fucking excellent video game. And this is straight up like D&D, but Disco Elysium. Like in every, like you play as a cleric, you are, you have this mystery, you have this like political sort of quest you go through, but you're also like teaming up with goblins and dealing with the dwarves, and it's like legit like you're using spells from D&D. It's so funny how it's just D&D, but it has the Disco Elysium thing of like all of your stats are like in your head and talking to you, just like in that game where like all the different parts of your personality speak to you the whole time. So yeah, you get to play D&D, but Disco Elysium, and that means it's a 9 out of 10 video game straight up. It is excellent. I've had a lot of fun. It's very beloved. I just hadn't had a chance, but Steam Summer Sale came up, and I was like, you know what? It's like 25% off. I'll jump in there. So I've only played
the art
an hour,
style.
but it's good.
Really cool art style.
I'll be like real with you. Disco Elysium got so much praise, but I didn't play it because I just couldn't fucking look at that main character. He just looked like he was always
he looks crazy.
Sick, had a cold, was about to throw up, and I can't look at that for the entire game.
Yeah, this one. Yeah,
so this is good. This is great.
You're a fun cleric in the fun D&D world. The only thing I would say probably for you, Chad, I like the game a lot. And again, based on your build, so it's like you have, when you build a character in D&D, it's like, oh, I want to have 16 strength, but my intelligence should only be 8. And that plays into the way you play the game and the way that your stats speak to you and
how long is
stuff.
This?
I think it was like 20, 22, I think, something like that. I'd have to look.
That's too long for me.
I mean, it's Disco.
But it runs great on the Odin 3.
I bet it does. It runs great on Steam Deck.
Is there a specific website for that, Chad?
For the Odin?
To check if something runs on the Odin 3?
I just Googled, does this game run on Odin 3? Most things, it's like Steam Deck Lite. Most things that are Steam Deck, like you can use the Steam Deck settings and run most things at 60 frames a second.
By the way, Esoteric at 19 hours for what it's worth. But no, I would suggest it. The game is cool. I like it a lot. If you were a weird stickler who was like only wanted to play the director's cut of Disco Elysium, maybe wait for them to do a director's cut here, because there's a lot of reading, a lot of good writing, a lot of good characters and stuff, but there is no voice acting. So just like,
I thought director's cut was like, what do they cut out some of the reading?
Well, no, that is
do they cut out the story?
No, Disco Elysium, they just added voice acting to all of the dialogue in the game. So this game currently does not have dialogue. So I'm sure maybe in a year there'll be an addition that adds whatever. I think it's still great, but I know some people complained about that. Good game anyways.
Okay, are we watching Halo Master Chief Collection on the Odin 3 right now?
Yeah, somebody's playing
How fucking
Halo
cool
on
is
the Odin 3. That's really fucking cool. But
Yeah, dude. This
does
thing
it?
is super powerful.
But is Master Chief Collection only for Windows though?
No, I think there's a Steam version. Pretty sure there's a Steam version.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I know it's on Steam. I don't know if you need Windows to run it though. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's still cool that it runs it.
That might
That's
be part
impressive.
of the game native is the like emulation
Yeah, Game Native is
app
a
that's
Windows
letting the Steam
emulation,
stuff
right?
run on it. So there might be
Yeah.
a translation layer in there somewhere.
It's very cool. The last thing that I did though, I got to review it. Was not expecting to review it, so that came to me unexpectedly. But Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, which is the
Daddy.
remake, not even remaster. It is a remake of the cult classic, not cult classic, like the most beloved Assassin's Creed game, done up new. All the bells and whistles and stuff. It's really funny because so when I was playing it for review, go to GameSandwich.com and read my review. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I was trying to do like a treasure hunt or whatever. I'm like, this is a remake. I'm sure the old guide and stuff will work for this game. No problem, right? So I jumped into an old guide and I looked at the original game, the way that it looked, and I was like, oh my God, this looks absolutely like trash. And the new game looks, that happens all the time with remakes. You're like, oh yeah, this is basically what I remember. I'm sure there's just like new shadows and they changed the water. And then you watch the old stuff like, oh no, like these characters don't even look like they look like real people now compared to looking like just monsters in the previous game. But no, it's that same game before. Again, it's a lot of people's favorite. They added a lot of quality of life stuff, like all the annoying like follow missions and stuff that they completely reworked that, so you don't have any like instant fail states because he turned around and saw you for a second. There's new quest. Again, combat has been redone, so it feels like a modern video game. But just for a personal thing for me, because I love Black Flag, and the fun thing about Black Flag is that it's an Assassin's Creed game where your character is not an assassin at the beginning. So you're basically going through the story, like learning about what's going on with them as you're really just a pirate. And then like you eventually come to it, but you get to hang out with all the pirates from history. And they're just like the coolest fucking dudes ever. And this game added additional content and new stuff for some of those characters. So like Blackbeard is awesome. You have a relationship with him. You guys have a really good rapport. And then, hey, spoilers, a lot of the pirates died in history. And then they added, a lot of them are dead. And then they added new additional like missions and quests and stuff. And then it's just like, oh man, like I might, empathetically puke because I love what the send off for Blackbeard. Like it's beautiful. Like the stuff they do, the ones that I've seen, they do extra things for Blackbeard and they do extra things for Stede Bonnet, which is funny enough because those are the two characters
they were in
from
love.
Yeah, those are the two characters from Our Flag Means Death, which is very funny. But it's especially the Stede Bonnet one. Oh, it's so good. You're like, man, I'm sorry, little weird man, that I got you killed, basically. But you're the real one. So that game is excellent. If you, especially for Joel, I remember we were talking maybe a couple weeks ago that you had never played this game before. If you like pirates, and if you are interested, if you've liked an Assassin's Creed game at all, this is the best. This is my favorite one. I'm not gonna say it's the best one. It's my favorite one. So I would highly recommend just playing Resynced because it's going to be the version that you want to play if you're going to play any of them. And I think it's my favorite of the series. So I would highly recommend anyone who played that original game and liked it, or who hasn't but is interested. That's excellent. So check that out.
This is another one of those that's been on the barf list a couple of times and nobody ever wants to see me play it. So
Okay.
I'll never get around to it.
I'm sure next week you'll play 30 hours of Jukebox, and then you'll also play Assassin's Creed for 15 hours or whatever. So, but I would legit, and I think it's only like 50 or 60. It's not a full price. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Big thumbs up for me. Moving on to
Segment from Adam Sephiroth.
Oh, that's the
That's
bad
it.
guy. Yeah, no, he's not in 6, by the way. I know that now. I already knew
That's
he
true.
wasn't.
That's true.
Next up, we are going to play a little game this week. Both of you boys are going to play. I have named this something else in the past. I don't remember what it is. So this week it's called User Review Gambit. Gambit's also in Marvel Rivals, and his abs are out all the time. So what I do is I went on Metacritic.com, and I pulled user reviews. and they get increasing. I have 3 reviews, and they get increasingly more obvious as they go along. And you just tell me what the game is. I will give you a clue at the top. These are, and you get one guess per. Well, yeah, we'll give you one guess per review, so 3 chances per game. I'll go ahead and tell you now to make it a little bit easier on you. These are all games based on a movie or a movie franchise. So they are all licensed games, but licensed based on movies specifically. All right. Are you 2 ready to go?
Ready. Betty Spaghetti.
Joel, you ready? Very cool. All right. Review number 1 for game number 1. I think this I'm going to read it verbatim in case there's bad grammar. That's just how it is. I think this is quite an underrated Lego game, to be honest. Playing through all the movies in any order was quite fun, and most of the levels were really good, but some puzzles were a bit random. Also, the movies...
Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
Not Skywalker Saga. Also, the movie...
Lego City Undercover.
That's... Nope. Also, the movie scenes in Lego are well done. Could have been better if it had an open world. 7 out of 10. There's a clue for you. Lego game without an open world. All right. Number 2. Another great game in the ever-growing Lego franchise, though I felt the formula is getting rather old and is in need of some new tricks. It is still a fun game nonetheless. The platforming need to tighten up, along with the surprising lack of the level editor that was incorporated in Harry Potter and Indy 2. I would hope its removal is due to complications they were making the editors here, hoping it makes a comeback in Lego Harry years 5 through 7. So we know it's not Lego Harry Potter, and we know it's not Lego Indiana Jones 2. Just give me... I mean, you guys know it's a Lego game, and it's based on a movie franchise.
Lego... Marvel. What was the Lego Marvel Avengers one?
Lego Marvel Avengers is a video game. It is not Lego Marvel Avengers.
Oh.
Dude, the Lego movie?
It is not the Lego movie. Last one. This is a great game, and I loved it as a kid. The level with the rolling cages is iconic. One of the best Lego games ever. 9 out of 10. The level with the rolling cages is iconic. Think about a movie with a rolling cage being a thing in a movie. That's
Maybe
iconic.
me and Chad are just dumb.
I mean, it's tough when you know the answer. Yeah,
but
think
not
of a movie.
Indiana Jones or Harry Potter.
It's not Indiana Jones or Harry Potter.
Or Lego movie or Marvel.
Not Marvel. Not any of the things you said. It's not any of those franchises. It is a franchise you have not said, but that is a Lego game that has rolling cages and
Lego Gotham City Imposters.
It is not Lego Gotham City Imposters, which is not a video game. Joel, one last guess.
Is it not? Oh, Gotham City Imposters.
I'm trying to think of what Lego games license there are.
Yeah, based on a
it's
movie.
Not Harry
These
Potter,
are all based on...
not Indiana Jones, which I wouldn't have even guessed that Indiana Jones had one. If I'm being honest, I did not know that.
They had 2. Yeah.
It wasn't Avengers. There's got to be another Marvel one. No, is that the only Marvel one?
There are more Marvel ones. I'll tell you, it's not a Marvel one.
Chad guessed, I think, the only DC one that's not the new Batman one.
Uh-huh.
Is there a Jurassic Park one?
There is a Jurassic World game. It is not Jurassic World. The answer I was looking for was Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay. When they made that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, there have been a lot of Lego games, but yeah, shout out to Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I was going to try to do the Pirates of the Caribbean movie tie-in game. There were like 3 reviews. So I was like, I cannot do this. That is not enough. No points on that, but no big deal. Our next one, remember, all these games are based on a movie franchise. The assets give a real nostalgic hit from the first and second films, but that's it. Completely pointless side plots inhibit really mundane gameplay. 2 out of 10. The assets give a real nostalgia hit from the first and second film, but that's it. Completely pointless side plots inhibit already mundane gameplay.
They're not all Lego games, right? I don't know why Lego is
they're not all
Lego
Lego
right
games.
now. Okay.
I was thinking the same thing.
I will tell you now, there are no more Lego games on this list.
Okay.
Just a heads up. First and
Sorry,
second
can you read
film.
it now that I have Lego out of my brain, can you read it
The
again?
assets give a real nostalgic hit for the first and second films, but that's it. Nothing. Completely pointless side plots inhibit already mundane gameplay. You know there's at least 2 films in the franchise. Again, it's the first one. It's going to be pretty difficult. You just throw out a movie that you know has at least 2 movies in a video game.
Peter Jackson's King Kong, the video game.
That is not the
Based
correct
on the
answer.
movie.
Yeah.
Pushed by Sapphire.
Fast and Furious, the video game.
It is not a Fast and Furious video game. No, review number 2. For the first 5 hours, I was ready to give this game a higher score, as I was charmed by the engaging mix of FPS rampaging and hub-based missions. It's then the issues came out. The game is very buggy. I had to reload an earlier save 3 times. There is an absolute BS boss fight. I've played almost From Software game and no stranger to difficulty bosses, so I know when a boss fight is just unfairly difficult. 7 out of 10.
First-person shooter.
Yep, first-person shooter. Kind of buggy.
Bad game.
Not a great, maybe not the best game of all time.
I feel like Peter Jackson's King Kong was a good guess.
Yeah, you know.
But it's also recent enough to like Dark Souls is in the zeitgeist.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. It would be
Yeah.
in the last 10 years. At least, if
Oh.
not more recent.
hard bossies.
FPS, and we know that there are at least 2 films in the franchise. This is a little bit of a tough one, but we'll get there. From the last 5 years, I'll give it to you. The game's from the last 5 years.
That makes it so much harder because I can't think of any game movie tie-ins.
I can't think of anything that's not Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay.
Well, you can guess that it is not Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay. Which there have been, 3 or 4 of those movies? So that would make sense. Joel, you have any guesses?
Dude, I got nothing.
Okay, I'll go on to the last one. This game would have been great if it came out 10 years ago, but the design in the game is so dated it makes playing through it a slog unless you have an unhealthy obsession with funny Alex Murphy dialogue. I couldn't finish it. It bored me. 5 out of 10. I said the
bet
name
Alex
of the
Murphy's a
character.
big clue. If
That's the name of the character.
you know what that means.
I don't know who Alex Murphy is.
Wasn't there an Evil Dead game? Ash versus the Evil Dead or something like that game?
There is an Evil Dead game.
Okay. Guess that's not it then.
Is that your guess?
Not anymore.
Okay. When I say it, you guys will be like, oh, okay. I wouldn't have known that, but I understand it.
Is it the Avatar video game?
It is not the Avatar video game.
Predator Hunting Grounds.
It is not Predator Hunting Grounds.
That wasn't
the game,
in the last 5 years, was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember if that was late PS4, early PS5, whatever. The game is RoboCop Rogue City.
Okay.
Alex Murphy, main character of RoboCop.
Isn't that yeah, fuck.
Yeah. The man who gets turned into the RoboCop, I believe. I have not seen those movies in a while.
Does
All right,
RoboCop stand for Robert Cop?
No, it stands for Alex Murphy.
Robbie Cop. All right.
Robbie Cop.
We are on to our last one. Nobody has any points, so if anyone gets it, you'll get it correct. I'll even say for this one, for this one, if you tell me the franchise, I will give it to you, but the other person has a chance to steal it if they give me the full title. Or if you give me the full title, you get it correct. Just a heads up. All right, this one I had to blank out a lot of words. The greatest blank video game ever made, without a doubt. Up to 4 players can play as well. Complete carnage, and I love it. 10 out of 10.
Rampage?
It is not Rampage.
Damn.
Good guess.
I guess there's probably only one Rampage movie.
Yeah, no.
4 players, complete carnage,
And they love it.
and they love it. Why can I only think of movies that are based on video games and not the other way around?
It needs to be the other way around, buddy.
All I can think of is Twisted Metal and Borderlands, and that's the opposite way of where we need to be going. So I'm going to say Jurassic World. I don't know.
It is not a Jurassic World game.
Okay.
Or park. Review number 2. An easy, accessible fighting game that almost anyone can jump into and understand. Players will need to beat the story mode many times to unlock all the monsters, but it doesn't take away from the fun of the game. The greatest part of Blank is that you'll feel like you're really a giant monster, something that most Blank games prior to this one failed to capture. 8 out of 10. Fighting game.
A fighting game
4 players.
with monsters based on a movie.
Pokemon Champions.
It is not Pokemon Champions.
Fuck.
What?
It's not Pokemon at all, for what it's worth. You got to guess from me.
Fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
They loved it.
Yep.
Monsters.
Based on a movie. You have a bunch of monsters you can unlock. What's a movie with a lot of monsters?
That's a fighting game. Like
That's the question.
Yeah, that would translate well to a fighting game. Was there a King Kong versus Godzilla fighting game?
There's not a King Kong versus Godzilla fighting game.
Okay.
For what it's worth, you are very, very close to the answer. But again, the full title will get you the win here. But I will just let you know.
Anybody's going to guess the full title.
I will let you know that you're very close to the answer with that guess. All right, on to our very last one. Okay for fans of blank, not very fun as a fighting game. If I didn't like the blank movies, I would have rated it lower.
Godzilla.
Let me finish reading it. The unlockable characters and big kaiju feeling to the action will please those that are into the blank franchise, but the fighting aspect is one of the weaker parts of the game, unfortunately. 5 out of 10. Joel's guess was Godzilla. I will say that there is a proper title for this video game. If Chad can give it to me, he will win. If not, then Joel gets it for saying just Godzilla. You said King Kong versus Godzilla. Technically, King Kong's not in the games. So, Joel, you have a win unless Chad can pull this out. What is a Godzilla fighting game title?
If Chad guesses it now, he cheated.
Godzilla versus
There's
Capcom 2.
Arcade edition.
Joel, you are the winner. The game
Let's go.
is Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, which was a GameCube game, a GameCube Godzilla fighting game that has got a remaster coming out in November of this year. Just a big heads up, everyone. If you want to play a Godzilla fighting game, a remaster coming this year.
Is there a trailer for that?
Yeah, there's a trailer out for it. Yeah.
For the remaster?
So you know what I'm going to do one of the first things I play in my Odin 3? That Super Nintendo game where your Power Ranger Megazord, it's Megazord fighting game, basically.
Oh, it's a Megazord fighting game.
I'm going to play that.
Very cool. Yeah, Joel, if you can pull up the thing when you get a chance. But congratulations, Joel. You win with a score of 1-0.
Wow,
yeah.
this actually looks good.
Yeah, no, people
Holy
legitimately,
shit.
People love this video game. Like, this is not the first.
This is a PS5 remaster. Okay.
Yeah, this is the remaster, but people love the GameCube original. Like, people who like Godzilla are like, yeah, that game fucks. So
I like how Chad's tone changed. He's like, oh, I thought this was a GameCube game. It looks really good for a GameCube game.
Oh, no.
Like, what?
No, it was originally a GameCube game, but yeah, people like it. Whatever. That is it for my segment from Adam.
And we don't have a Game on Game show today because we started late and we got another podcast to do. So we're going to skip that for now and say, hey, everyone, that's it for episode 440 of Respawn Aim Fire. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, Adam told you about all your homework. Go play Sekiro for our barf game that you voted on at patreon.com/respawnaimfire. That will be our July and August game. So you have until Joel comes to visit to play it. And then your Patreon early access episode where Cozy comes and visits. We dive into the mystery of who's stealing the pee pads on my porch. You get all that context. That's live right now. If you're not a patron, you have access to Joel telling you how to go sell Pokemon cards at conventions. That's live right now. That After Dark is live. And then go to the tier list and watch Adam talk about Final Fantasy VI, or at least the portion that he played. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, here's our usual sign-off. What if my nose was a clown nose?